Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and we're going to be talking about the potential signing of Russell Westbrook going to the LA Clippers if he is bought out. Now, it has been reported, and I think about everybody has known this, that there is a very high chance that the Utah Jazz and Russell Westbrook will agree to a contract buyout. Now, Russell Westbrook's agent did say a day or two after the trade that sent him to Utah that Westbrook's going to take a few days, figure out what he's going to be doing, and then they'll figure everything out. It's been a couple days. I'm sure in the next, day or two, we'll really figure out what's going to be going on with Russell Westbrook. And honestly, now that a couple of Jazz games have happened since this trade, I do believe that we are not going to be seeing Russell Westbrook in a Jazz uniform. I've, heard people say, will he stay in Utah? Will he stay in Utah and not play the rest of the season? I just don't see that happening. And I see a contract buyout happening in the near future. Don't know when that happens. I would think probably, I would say probably Wednesday or Thursday. I would say a contract buyout would happen to make Russell Westbrook a free agent. But, let's talk about suitors that fit Russell Westbrook as he would go to, as he would be on a new team. Now, go across the pond, across the locker room to the LA Clippers. That's a team that's really interested. That's a player, a former teammate who Russell Westbrook and OKC made him better, made him a better scorer. And Paul George wants to play with his friend again. They played with each other in OKC for a couple years. He wants to play with him. And then there's another person who wants to reunite with him. This one's not a player. This one's a coach. Billy Donovan his old coach from OKC wants to potentially bring in his former superstar point guard. I like both fits for Russ. And also the Heat are another team that are interested in Russell Westbrook. I don't know if I like that fit just because of Kyle Lowry already being there. And if I'm Westbrook, I like the place. I like some of the players you're playing with Hero, Butler, and Bam. But with Lowry being there as well, I just don't see that working out. So I'd avoid the Heat and look at the Clippers and the Bulls moving forward for Russ. So in that case, moving on to the Clippers and the Bulls, who's the team that who's the person he wants to reunite with most? Billy Donovan or Paul George? I think that Billy Donovan would be for Russell Westbrook reunite with his old coach would be awesome. They need a point guard. Lonzo Ball's hurt. Ayo Dosunmu, he's been good. He's just not really a true point guard. Kobe White's not the guy to step up. Alex Caruso's not the guy to step up to be their point. So Westbrook would be the starter there. And even though there's not really a certain point guard for the Clippers, who knows if he'd be the starter there? I think he would, but I don't know. But I like the fit for both teams for Russ. I like the options for both teams. I like him to reunite with Chicago, play with DeRozan and Levine, be with his old coach, probably, the coach who's, been with him the most. And I think that would be a great fit for Russ. But that's just coach. But let's get to the players part of this. And I just think, with the way that team is built with the Clippers, that the Clippers are truly the best fit for Russell Westbrook. Westbrook is a great passer in the game of basketball. He's not a good shooter. He's a good driver. He's a good passer. Good passer to catch and shoot guys. I mean, I witnessed it as a Rockets fan. He was great at giving catch and shoots to some of our Houston Rockets. We were a good shooting team. With the Lakers, they are not a good shooting team. They're an okay shooting team, but they're not a good shooting team like the Rockets were. They're not a good shooting team like the Clippers are. So in that case, I think Westbrook, the best case scenario for Westbrook is the Clippers. A lot of catch and shoot options for the Clippers. Marcus Morris, Paul George. Kawhi doesn't take a lot of catch and shoots, but Kawhi is a good shooter. Eric Gordon, not only do you have Paul George, a former teammate of his, but you have Eric Gordon, another former teammate of his, as well that played with him a year in Houston. I don't think if Westbrook comes, I don't think he'll still be in the rotation, but you got another former teammate, Robert Covington, who played a half a season with him in Houston as well. So you got a lot of former teammates of Russ with PG, EG, and Rocco. So in that case, he reunites with three teammates. Doesn't reunite, but comes in with a great head coach in Ty Lue. I just like the fit for Russ with all the catch and shoot guys they have in LA. There's a lot of catch and shoot shooters in LA. Another guy, Nick Batum. He's another really good catch and shoot shooter. So I like the fit for him going to the Clippers. I think it makes him a better player as well. Opens up space for him to maybe drive, get some buckets in the paint, kick, and get some assists. I think he'd be really well at moving the ball around with the Clippers and also scoring a little bit, not a lot, but just a tiny bit whenever they need a bucket, need a quick two, and if he's feeling good, maybe even a three. Because I know Westbrook's not a good 3-point shooter, but I've seen it this season with him. When he's feeling good, he can shoot the three. He's done it a couple of times this season where he's feeling good. He can knock it down. So he's not that bad of a player. He's averaging 15 points per game. I think, as a Clippers team who doesn't have a point guard, their closest thing to a point right now is either Eric Gordon, who's more of a 2 or 3, or Bones Highland, who is basically a shooting guard. So, and then you got Terrence Mann, who's been playing the 1 for them, and he's a 2 as well. So they get a real point guard with Russell Westbrook, something they need, and I think honestly it makes them better in the case for the West. I think Russell makes Paul George a better player. I think all the shooters around him, all the shooters around Russ makes Russ a better player. And I think the fit for Russ in LA, not with the Lakers, with the Clippers, across locker rooms, across the pond, I think would be a extreme fit for Russell Westbrook. And yes, the LA Clippers should definitely sign Russell Westbrook if he is bought out by the Utah Jazz. And that is why. You guys let me know your thoughts on the LA Clippers potentially signing Russell Westbrook if bought out by the Utah Jazz. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and peace out.